Hello, Reject Nation. It's Greg Alba here.
And I'm Misa.
Don't understand the reference, but I'm assuming it's Death Note related, right?
Sure is.
This trailer came out a few days ago, but I said in a video I would wait when Anita is all healed from surgery on her back ankle. You can speculate what happened.
It was my right buttocks.
Yeah, right buttocks, actually.
I'm wearing this lovely Death Note necklace.
Oh, where'd you get that?
You gave it to me for my birthday.
I did?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
I don't give things.
Yeah,
I
it was
only
really awesome.
accept things.
Well, because you know that I love Death Note so much. That's why you waited for
That's
me.
why
to do
that's
the
right.
trailer.
This all makes sense now. Okay, well, you guys are like, enough already.
Yes.
Get to the trailer.
No, let's get to the
Stop
trailer.
talking. Quit procrastinating.
Why are you even here?
Why are
people?
you here?
Like, why are you
just
can
quit
you
babbling
just
on?
Play the trailer
Can
for
you
us?
play the trailer?
That's
I don't even
all.
want to watch your reaction.
Really? I know
I just want to see the trailer.
Thinking.
I'd rather just watch the original.
Let's keep it going. There's more people.
All the people who make life miserable, make life dangerous.
Grungy.
Oh,
What
that's
if we
Seattle,
can
man.
change things?
Pardon me.
The human whose name is written in stone shall die.
Sweet.
Ryuk!
Shall we begin? You're the death god? Yes. What exactly can I do with this death note? Put your name down and see what happens. It's not gonna solve a few crimes. It's gonna solve all crime.
Do you think that I'm crazy?
I think you're not crazy enough. We could change the world.
I like that.
Killer is taking credit for over 400 deaths.
Whoa!
Although we do not know how he kills his victims, we do know he's not some omnipotent force. He's a person. Like you or me.
You're the one influencing the sun. I'm just here to make sure you burn.
Right on,
You guys anymore. Hope you know what you're doing.
I promise you, you will not survive.
Wow.
What they want is a god.
Crazy
So
shit.
let's give it to them.
Oh boy.
Okay. Look, before you get your panties in a bunch here,
They're such in a bunch, though.
as a guy who is not familiar at all with what Death Note is, I'm getting that out of the way. I should give my 2-second opinion really
Absolutely.
quick first. This way you say something
I
worthwhile.
suppose. I'll let you
After.
do it.
Yeah. I think it looks really cool.
It does look cool.
I like the grungy vibe. Everything visualistically looks beautiful in a haunting horror. I don't know, it kind of has this teen horror element to it without feeling like a teen movie about it. It feels
Okay.
much more than just high school kids kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of trailers for movies of high school kids in like horror scenarios and they look so awful. Is this a film or a show?
Actually, I think it's going to be a film.
A Netflix film.
Yeah.
It feels like a film. It looks like it has one
Which
specific
is,
story.
I would rather have them do a show because I feel like
course.
Death Note is so involved.
Yeah, and
it's like
expansive
to
and yeah.
to like try to condense Death Note into a film is going to be very difficult, which is why I'm going to be more lenient about my
Cool.
criticisms.
Willem Dafoe as I don't know what
Willem
this
Dafoe
creature
as
is.
Ryuk, as Shinigami,
Ryuk?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He sounds awesome.
Amazing. He's like perfect for Ryuk. You have no
Okay,
idea,
that's
but
good
he's
to know.
absolutely perfect for Ryuk.
That's good to know
Yes.
because his voice work there was awesome.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, he gets his Death Note, and I love the concept of what the Death Note is.
Mm-hmm.
That's really neat to me. Write down anyone's name. I can think of a ton of YouTubers. Okay.
First on that list.
Anita Starr,
Starr.
Tyro Magnus.
Oh, he's
And-
just under me?
Yeah.
I'm flattered.
And then all
Thank you.
of Collider videos.
Oh,
they
right.
all deserve to go.
Yeah.
Anyone I've lost to in that movie trivia schmodown. Yeah. I guess that's it. I mean, I normally do better at these if there's
No,
a
that's
discussion
cool.
back and forth. So,
Actually, yeah,
what
no.
do you?
I actually find that fascinating to see your point of view, not knowing anything about Death Note. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
can see that. So
It
it is
intrigues me.
interesting. Basically, with Death Note, there's this Shinigami named Ryuk, and he's bored. He's a god of death, whatever. And he throws down this Death Note randomly, the Death Note that he's supposed to use to do the deaths and stuff. He throws it down randomly to just whoever is there.
Okay.
And this upstanding Japanese student who's like goody two shoes, under the radar kid finds it. And the
Who is the white kid in this
who
one?
is Light, I guess, Turner in this show, but it's Light Yagami in the Japanese version.
Okay, so they changed it.
Yeah, the whole thing is supposed to be about like the struggle that he goes through, and
the
then
power to kill
the
anyone.
power to kill anyone, and then turning that into like a god complex, and
Yeah.
thinking like this was meant to be for me, and you see the struggles of this goody two shoes student just totally turn into someone else. Like,
Cool.
That didn't seem to be what was happening here.
Because I thought it was going down that exact path you were talking about.
Yeah, but he
Then
doesn't look like a goody two-shoes student to me. He looks like a grungy kid from
Yeah.
Seattle that doesn't look like he's...
Who looks like he's gonna evolve into a
Upstanding.
hero.
Yeah.
Which seems-
I don't know if I saw that. I could see your point of view, how that looked like it. To me, it looked more like... And this is something I think that Death Note fans will have a problem with. Misa, the character, the girl, I don't know her name in this, but the girl that looked like Misa's character seemed to be influencing Light. And in the TV show, the anime, Light was the one that was influencing her. And in
Okay.
this, they're making it look like there's a love story between them and they're bonding over this Death Note. Whereas in the anime, she had her own separate Death Note and they were very independent of each other.
Interesting.
And he manipulated her and used her and just like kind of for his own gains.
So
you
the
know?
main character is not in the anime is not the most good of people.
No, he doesn't end up being the most. I mean, at first, sure, yeah, he was conflicted. He was trying to do right. He was like social justice warrior type, and then he spiraled
he
into
viewed himself as doing something.
Yeah, and then it just spiraled into this like just evil.
Who's the guy in the hoodie?
The guy in the hoodie is L. Lolliot.
And what's his character?
His character is actually completely different. Obviously, it was like this gothy, pasty looking kid, like super awkward, super weird in the show, and you love him for it. But this guy seemed to like have it a little more together. I know that Lakeith Stanfield, is that his name? I think it's Lakeith Stanfield. He's a very attractive guy.
Okay.
And Elle is not supposed to be like a super attractive guy. He's like this like sunken-eyed, like weird, dirty Japanese dude, or like British or something, because he went to school in England. You're not supposed to be like, oh, this beautiful man is gonna take down Light, you know? But I
Yeah.
feel like maybe that's why they're masking masking Lakeith Stanfield, because they don't want to show how beautiful he is, because he's a good-looking guy.
I mean, the trailer, I feel like if I watched it again, I'd be less confused. I was kind of confused,
Yeah.
because it seemed like Light is the main character's
Yes,
name? It seemed like
Light.
Light was had the Death Note, was going down this really dark path, high body count. That was all really appealing to me.
Yeah.
I love watching people just succumb to darkness. and that
You're gonna
was-
love Death Note then if that's where they go with it.
And then it looked like this other guy who they didn't make so clear, L.
Yeah, he's the good guy. He's like the detective. He's like Sherlock Holmes, basically.
But in the
He's
perspective
brilliant.
of the audience, is he perceived as the antagonist for our main character?
Yes.
Okay, because he
Yes.
was making him look like he was a villain. Okay,
He's not a villain, but to our main character, he's the antagonist.
He's the antagonist, yeah.
So he's not the villain. He's my hero. I love Elle. Elle
Okay,
is my
but he's
hero.
but he's like technically the
But
good
he is
guy.
technically the good guy, but he is
And
the
he wants to
antagonist to
stop
our
Light.
hero. Yeah, he wants to stop Light.
Does Light know who he is? The trailer didn't make it look like Light knew who he was.
I don't think. I mean, he does in the show. Eventually, they do meet, and there's a whole like speculation where Elle thinks like, okay, I think that he's Kira. Which is funny that they have Kira in this, because I saw the candles and Kira was spelled out. The reason he was even called Kira in the Japanese version, and this is so true, but it sounds weird, is because Japanese people can't say killer. So they say Kira. So that's where Kira comes from.
Fascinating.
And it's funny that they use that in the American version, because I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. But okay, that's cool. They want to bring the element of his name still being Kira.
This trailer was making it look like they didn't know who the guy in the hoodie was. And
No,
had
they
to-
meet in the anime. They definitely meet. They have a back and forth, and then Elle is like really trying to figure out if he's like Kira or not.
So
And he
Light doesn't know if he should just put his name down. Is that the problem?
Well, Light thinks in the anime, I don't know what's going to happen here, that if he puts his name in the book, it's going to be obvious that he's the killer. So it's like that's
why
not,
he doesn't
yeah,
do
he's
it.
not trying to do it in that fashion to make
Okay.
it that obvious. But also in the trailer I noticed like there was a lot of mayhem and a lot of deaths in very different ways, whereas in the anime like you knew the Kira deaths because he always did it the same. They were always a heart attack. You'd write the name in the book and the person would have a heart attack. So they linked that all to Kira. I don't know how they're going to link all these deaths to Kira.
A lot of the death scenes look Final Destination like to me.
Right, which is how do we know if that's Kira or if it's just whatever?
Right.
You know what I mean? So how
So,
that's what I'm interested
in the
to see
show-
how they link it.
In the anime, they would have a heart attack.
Yep,
Here, it
that
looks
was-
like death works in its own funny ways, like
Yeah.
Final Destination.
Yeah,
and kills
like that.
them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I saw that scene. Wasn't there a ladder coming at someone
Yeah,
or something?
off of like a top of a van or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, good idea. I think they're changing it to expand to a different audience. To be honest with you.
Definitely.
I mean, obviously, yeah. It looked like they were doing a love story scenario between Misa and Light, or whoever her name is, and Light.
Well, all the changes you
It
brought
wasn't,
up to me
yeah.
sound very American.
They are, and,
Yeah,
and it's based
yeah.
in Seattle, so it is gonna be. It should be
Yeah.
American. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna base it in America, then you should bring that American element into it. That's another thing with Light. Like he looks like he's not like that honor student, upstanding, good guy with good morale, with his dad being a detective and stuff. And like that's very respectable in Japan. You know, like you look at that character and you're like, he would never do anything wrong. You know, but then you
Right.
see him do all this bad stuff. In that anime, it makes you question your own convictions. Like, would I do that?
I know anime is very visual,
Mm-hmm.
so how does this visually line up with what you know of Death Note?
It
it's
looks
in a
very Seattle.
Okay.
It looks very Seattle. I think they should stay true to that because it does have that element of grunge and like death and like chaos, and I think it's cool. I don't know. I mean,
gloomy weather.
the gloomy weather, yes.
The Seattle
and
weather.
It's not like that in the anime, but Ryuk looked rad. So I mean, the little shadowy figures that
Do
I
you
saw.
get clear shots of him in the anime?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, he's a huge like part of Light's world, and you see
Okay.
him all the time. What I'm a little disappointed in, and there was a little clip where it looked like they were like Light and the character that's supposed to play Misa were like looking into the Death Note probably, and like kind of intimate, which kind of makes me sad because it means like maybe they're sharing the Death Note, maybe they're doing this together. Which in the anime, I'm gonna miss Rem. Rem was an awesome Shinigami.
So
Like a
every
protector.
Shinigami has a Death Note.
Yes,
Okay.
every Shinigami has a Death Note. Rem was such an awesome character and brought such an interesting dynamic into this. I feel like they're gonna totally not...
Can her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. I really liked Rem, and she
Probably.
cared over Misa and like just was just there for her. And it looks like in this they're just sharing the Death Note, so Misa's not even gonna have her own Death Note, and she's not gonna be independent of anything. And that sucks, man. But I get it. I can see that they're trying to bring them together with the Death Note, create that love story
Yeah.
for those people
Well,
that
if
are
it's
not
a movie, they're
fans
gonna make it
of
more
the
contained.
anime.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're bringing in that audience. I get it. It's fine. So you just have to like look at this as a separate entity than the anime. It's a totally different thing. It could be like an ode to the anime, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I heard that the people that were directing it or writing it or whatever were fans of Death Note. So I feel like they will probably bring some justice to it. And it's very
Probably.
condensed, but I feel like
A lot of directors say that about
Yeah.
things.
yeah. I
We
don't
saw
know.
the Mummy together.
Yeah. That's true. Good point. But Netflix is also doing
Netflix
it.
is more
I
free.
have faith in
Yeah.
Netflix. I do have faith in them. I'm going to look at this like its own entity. I'm not going to try and compare and contrast too much. I love Death Note for what it is. I love the live action Japanese versions of Death Note. I feel complete in having those. I haven't read the manga. I'd love to do that. I'm sure I'd love that too. But I'm going to see this, and if I love it, I love it. If I don't, I don't. I still have my anime. I can always
Cool.
go watch that.
That's a great attitude to have.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
it
think it's
doesn't seem like
important
a
too.
lot of people on the internet do.
Well, there's a lot of diehards, man, and I get that. I feel their pain, but sometimes you just gotta go.
Ruin my childhood.
It's alright.
No, your childhood's
Just-
still exists.
It's still there. Just
Yeah.
go back and watch the anime and just pretend this movie never existed. That's
'Cause
all you gotta do.
The reason I said why it looks like he might go down a heroic path is they have this moment in the trailer, from what the trailer was giving me. It looks like the conflicts with L, who seems kind kind of public. Like there's this part where he's
Yeah,
talking
he's
to.
normally not. In the
There's-
anime, he's not public, but yeah.
There's a part where he's like speaking to a crowd of people.
Yeah, he doesn't do that
and
at all. He's more like an agoraphobic.
It seemed like the Light character was conflicted about what he's been doing and is even like, we're not the good guys anymore, like realizing
Yeah.
the bad he's done.
Yeah.
I don't know if the hero's the right word, but somehow Light comes into the light more towards the end.
Or maybe he's saying that like people are not viewing us as the good guy anymore. So people were worshiping him with the candles, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden it takes a turn, and people are like, "Nope, Elle is bringing a new light."
Yeah.
to
Okay.
this.
Interesting.
So it could be that too, like. 'Cause
Well, I'd like it if they made. I mean, American style would probably make him what
That's
I'm
true.
guessing.
Yeah, American style would. He was
but
a sociopath in the
I
anime.
would love it if they kept him pure sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
No,
prefer
in
that.
this he seems like he's not a sociopath. It seems like he actually cares. He has empathy, you know, like it
Yeah.
looks like it. But in the anime, he was super socio,
Yeah.
big time. It would be nice to have him as that, but
We're sensitive
probably
as
not.
Americans.
You know, Americans need a sensitive type of hero,
Yeah.
anti-hero.
We call that a
type.
save the cat,
That's
where
right.
you know,
Save the cat.
character who might not have the most redeeming qualities has just one or two to make you latch on.
True, yeah, and so yeah, I think that we need that. We need that character.
We need that.
We need that in a character.
We don't get it in our president.
We
We
don't.
needed it in a movie. Well, Anita, thank you for being here. You have made the
Gregory,
wait
how bad?
worthwhile because I would have seen this and talked for a minute and would have had
I have
nothing.
so much more to say.
I,
but we're
I
gonna-
wouldn't have anything important to say. Maybe,
Well, thank you for
maybe do
waiting.
another video on like your channel talking
No,
more about it if you
That's
want.
okay. I'll just stick to this because you waited for me and I appreciate that. So this is our video.
Much love to you,
Hey man, thanks.
Stargazer.
Same to you.
Subscribe to the
Real
yeah,
Rejects.
yeah, it's up here.
Sorry, I know where it is. Subscribe to the Real Rejects.
Click that notification bell. Check out our perks and rewards on Patreon, but most importantly, go to the Anita Stargazer channel.
If you want.
Check out her content. When am I coming back on? We're
Whenever you want.
That was supposed to
Gregory.
happen before you got
I got beat
ass
up.
surgery.
Got beat up by a speedboat. Almost died, Greg.
I know.
It was scary, man.
I was almost relieved.
You're like, thank God.
Thank God she's still beating.
Like John didn't have to shoot her after all.
Aw, dang it. Just gotta give myself a death note. Let's
Hey,
start with
dude.
the guy honking his horn during our video.
I think that's a great idea. I actually own a Death Note, so I haven't used it yet. We can
Oh.
see if it, we can
We
see
should
if it
see if it works.
We should. I've never tried it. I feel like
We should find a test on someone we don't care about.
Oh, dude, that's how it started with Light.
Like, hi, I'm Greg. What's your name?
Oh no.
Bill? Write down Bill. What's your last name?
S. Preston
Bill S. Preston. Okay.
Squire.
Esquire. Hey, actually, no. Oh, he's dead.